NGG. You want to start up your career in esports today, there are earning opportunities, and it's creating an infrastructure for smaller esports. That's one of the missions here at Master Hand Gaming, but we can talk all about that later on. We got some games to play. Check it out when you got the time. Maybe put up a little separate tab, who knows, while you got this playing, because we've got SaurDeux taking on Sensei in losers quarters, and the Zelda ZSS matchup is something that I can see why Sensei wouldn't want to play Snake here. I'll just say that, Nintoonist.
Yeah, to say the absolute least. I mean, a character with a get out of jail free button, a character with much more immense and better mobility than one like Zelda is. One who, in a lot of situations, does not really need to give a crap about the only thing that really keeps Zelda viable in her down B. That's a lot better than one who, you know, sort of has to play that neutral with Zelda a little bit more. It would be a much, how the kids say, lamer game, I suppose, to put it in the layman's term. If he was playing Snake, he would have to hold back a lot more, what with grenades and whatnot. Wouldn't be able to press as many buttons as free. ZSS, you know, it's just definitely got some pretty safe stuff on Zelda's shield, which is not something that a lot of characters in this game can necessarily say they have. You know, space neutral air, you know, space back air, whatnot, that kind of stuff. It's still not the wisest thing to do when it comes to Zelda. You know, her out of shield options are pretty amazing, what Naryu's love and up B and all that good stuff, but when you just have these, like, immense mobility options, if you have any way, you know, to play neutral with Zelda as little as you possibly can, you're going to want to take that every day of the week. And
Absolutely
dead.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, the key here has to be limiting ZSS's movement. That is how you're going to make the bread and butters. That's how you're going to get that's how Sensei is going to maximize every last one of these stocks. But the question is, all your if you're Zelda, all your stuff is trying to limit movement horizontally, but again, you're dealing with vertical Sonic. So what is it exactly that you're doing? Sensei, again, you just duck in from over the top. You put the heel onto the head, and bodies start flying. SaurDeux right now with the ever so slight disadvantage, but it's nothing that can't change. But obviously, I would think it's, I wouldn't even say it's a matter of changing game plan here in Nintoonist. I think it's just a matter of execution and maybe getting a good read or two on Sensei that makes him question the game plan just a little bit.
A question of execution, a question of matchup, you know, like I feel like the Zelda has to be like 10 times more patient fighting a good ZSS rather than the other way around as that forward air takes the stock. That's one spot, you know, that Sensei is going to be able to catch SaurDeux much easier than the other way around, so to speak. Yeah, right there, you know, like SaurDeux negating Sensei's aggression right there with the Naryu's love, but all that's going to put in his mind is for him to space his stuff a little bit better and to know what's safe on block and what isn't. But SaurDeux, the clutch of Zelda right there, lightning kick out of shield off of a laggy option in Sensei's down smash. There you go, man. You know, as aggressive as a character as ZSS can be, you do still have to watch your options against one like ZSS. Her out of shield options are very, very scary, man. You gotta, despite, you know, what your character is capable of, you gotta not be afraid to camp Zelda sometimes and know when just she pressed her down B button first and she has the stage control right now. It's one of the reasons why I think ZSS, for the most part, really does not have to be afraid of Zelda in that sort of sense. Like, she just has so many mobility options and flip kick and just her airspeed in general to just get around the knight. And especially on a stage like this, Stu, on Battlefield, you know, where there are those platforms for him to just jump on of. Like, I can literally see, like, SaurDeux taking the stage with down B, Sensei jumping up to the top platform to try to get away from it, SaurDeux reading that to try to hit him with up air or lightning kick, and then Sensei reacting to that easy peasy with an invincible get off me down B to just get out of it and, like, flip kick. So I feel like that's just another way that ZSS has the advantage here. But I mean, SaurDeux is bringing it down the last stock, man. I mean, he's getting these situations when he needs to. Just kissing the blast zone is Sensei. Oh man,
all the way across the map, and Sensei again just narrowly avoiding death. I'm not really sure how close you want to cut it with the sword of Tyrone over there, man. But that is one tough customer, and I feel like SaurDeux realizing that Sensei keeping his distance, but going to be put into the corner. Didn't fire, not going to connect.
Oh man, thought he was
kick
just gonna
back
do
to
it right there.
Yeah, you press down B to get stage advantage. That's nice.
I can't relate.
Sensei.
Yeah,
just chilling there. Yeah, I don't want to hear a word from out of your mouth, man.
You'll hear them later. Neutral
I'm
reset
sure
once again. Weak dash attack to get him off. That would have killed
pathetic
potentially.
that I know you're not kidding, but
If you got the strong one.
oh man. But
As the up smash.
Yeah, you get caught on that platform, you get what you get. I'm sorry. But SaurDeux, been on such a good run, could be put to a stop here by Sensei. Now, Nintunis, it's kind of almost an institution here at DNA to have someone go on the run. And you know what I'm talking about, the run, where you're going through loser's bracket and all of a sudden you just become unstoppable. Call it plot armor, call it what you will. But yeah, SaurDeux getting upset in the first round by Fresh, a particularly talented Pac-Man, don't get me wrong, but it was also a win that not a whole lot of people were expecting. And Fresh went on to do halfway decently in the preceding rounds, excuse me. But SaurDeux taking out a few people along the way. Fortuitous luck, perhaps, getting 2 DQs through losers 4 and 5 to make it to top 16. But nevertheless, beating who we have seen take a DNA or a fusion in the past, playing Ness this time. And then getting the, well, you know, you got the DQ against Sinji, and then you beat Stock Taker. So that's not nothing. You know, like, you're getting quality wins here. This is, and you could say, like, oh yeah, well, you had DQs in front of you. Well, I mean, you still gotta beat you still gotta beat Stock Taker. That's not nothing, and I would say that that's about the challenge of 2 games right then and there, is having to deal with that Wolf Palutena Villager combo that Stock Taker brings to the table, and then taking on who has been so thoroughly molded by the Wi-Fi game that you basically are playing the game itself when you're playing them. So something to be said about that. And SaurDeux right now having to face off against Sensei, one of the most practiced snakes in all of Jersey, playing DSS this time around. And Sensei right now seeing the opportunity at hand, not going to waste it very readily.
Oh man, a very weird interaction right there, parrying the first hit of ZSS's forward air, and then getting hit by the second one for Sensei to actually save his bacon. Really good stuff right there, and baiting out the Naryu's Love, very good stuff right there. It's really dangerous to do that on a level like this as well. You know, ZSS is not really known for her ladders as much as she used to be. They still work in certain situations, but they're not as nearly as prominent as they used to be for a few reasons. For the first, like, as that forward air to out of shield takes the stock. For the sole reasons I should say, that she doesn't get them out of a throw anymore. And also the up B doesn't really connect as reliably out of multiple up airs. Rather, one usually does the trick. More so that first one, though. Like, the fact that she doesn't get them out of a throw makes her have to work that much harder for them. But on a stage like this, your landing's going to be that much more linear and that much more predictable if you're the one in disadvantage because of these platforms. I can definitely see a giant up air like ZSS giving SaurDeux, as that forward air takes the stock, giving SaurDeux just a little bit of trouble if Sensei is able to bait out those Naryu's Love out of those Naryu's Loves, I should say, out of disadvantage, which he has been doing quite a lot this match so far. Not even this set. That's actually how he got one of his earlier combos into a kill. So very anxious to see how and if SaurDeux will be able to break through the aggression of Sensei right here. And so far, Stu, it ain't looking too good.
Yeah, at the moment, it seems like that wouldn't be the case, right? But you can never count out SaurDeux quite so easily, especially when you make the match into a 2-on-1.
Nice catch.
And the second one has a big old sword. That up air is going to take that for the final, hopefully not the final stock of Sensei's campaign, but or SaurDeux's campaign, excuse me, but nevertheless, he's chilling right now, is Sensei.
Yeah,
Slightly,
no fair luck on the platform.
But, yeah, no, this is not the best situation in the world for SaurDeux, especially just because you know that you're going to get caught on that platform. The minute that you go there, trying to avoid it with every fiber of his being is SaurDeux.
Yeah, he's trying real hard. There was a situation where he could have locked him on the platform with a weak forward air, but he didn't even go for that, man. There you go. Outmaneuvered, outplayed, out-ZSS'd, just outed. Out.
Yeah, out of the tournament.
Out of the tournament, yeah, there you go. I mean, but a very, 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 respectable 5th place on the part of SaurDeux here at DNA.EXE. That ain't nothing to slouch about, just another good Zelda player for you to watch on your radar right here. Let's take a look. I love that. You know, just flip kicking forward, knowing he had enough space by the ledge right there to not put himself in disadvantage by putting himself off of the level. And that's really, really important and crucial there, because that's how he was able to jump up and get that back air. I'm going to flip kick towards you. That's already terrifying enough as it is. I have to get out of here, because if he decides to do the kick, I die. Right there, Sensei decided to not do the kick, and instead, because of that, had 0 lag when he landed, and was able to cover more options with that back air on the way back, because the SS had no lag, and was able to jump up and get that back air as a result because of it. He could have committed with the down B kick if he wanted to. Yeah. But he didn't. He didn't. He knew he didn't have to do that right there. He's like, why go for broke right there when I can put a little bit of money into the gumball machine, work just a little bit harder to make another 50 cents, so I can get the big gumball. So I can get the big kahuna Ed, and Eddie gumball that's hidden in the back of the gumball machine. The one that costs just 25 more cents.
The analogy was breaking down until you said that.